Hey there, what's happening? This is Eric and
Victoria.
we are coming at you from our virtual office in beautiful Marietta, Georgia. And so Victoria and I, we are known as the LAPTOP-PRENEURS, and our passion is to help you to make money online. That's from anywhere in the world, so long as you have a laptop and a Wi-Fi connection. So by the way, if you like the information we're providing in this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
All three.
Become part of our awesome tribe. How's that sound? And so very excited to talk about the topic today, how to boost your motivation. That's from online marketers. So how to boost, you're going to boost your motivation, and that's for online marketers. How's that sound? You know, one of the things you need as an entrepreneur, you need to have a lot of motivation.
Yeah.
Because business cycles, your business, especially when you're a beginner, getting started, yeah, that's like that good old roller coaster, right? And so you have to have that engine, that drive to keep you going, right? And so one of the things we want to talk about today is the key muscle. I want you to think about it and put in the comments, what do you think the key muscle is you need to drive your business? Just put that in the notes, put that in the comments. Well, let's go ahead and give you the answers right up here. This is the key muscle you need to build your business. Isn't that right, honey?
No, brains, not brawn.
Right, it is brains and not brawn. And so here's the thing: as an entrepreneur, you're constantly giving out. You know, you're putting your all into it. You're working hard. It's very easy to get drained. And so when you get drained, what you have to do is fill yourself back up. And one of the problems, especially with new entrepreneurs, is you can tend to doubt yourself. You can doubt your ability. Not only you doubting yourself, but your friends, your family, your loved ones, your spouse, your brother, your sister, whoever, they may start to doubt you and wonder if maybe you shouldn't just go back to that job, and maybe you should get a real job, right? Instead of trying to build a business online. And so the thing is, you have to strengthen that mind. You have to have fortitude. It has to be built to last, and you have to constantly feed it. Now, here's the question: how are you feeding that brain? That's something to definitely think about. How are you feeding that brain, right? Because you cannot feed eagles from the chicken coop. I want you to think about that. Eagles cannot be fed from the chicken coop. So are you feeding your mind where the eagles feed, or are you feeding your mind in the chicken coop? Are you hanging out with the chickens? Right? Is that where you're going to get your brain food, from the chickens? Now, what do we mean by that? That means your friends are telling you, you know, maybe this is not a good thing for you to try to pursue, and maybe you're letting that sink in, and maybe you're really wondering if you should try something else, like maybe try 2 or 3 jobs instead of trying to pursue your dream.
Or
right?
how about just be average?
Be average.
Be a couch potato.
Sometimes people just want to be average, you know. It's like I'm tired of working so hard. I'm tired of not having the results I want. I'm tired of struggling. Maybe I should just go back to be average. Go back to Averageville, right? Go back to Suckville, right? Yeah, maybe we should go back to Suckville.
But you'll always regret you never gave it a chance. I know I would.
Now, here's the thing. Why is it that we tend to feed ourselves in the chicken coop instead of where the eagles are supposed to feed? It has a lot to do with our programming from childhood. We're actually programmed to think that way. We're programmed. What is the basic thing that you're taught from a very early age? Go to school, get a good job.
J-O-B.
So go to school, get a good education so you can get a good job, right?
Which means just over broke.
Right? And then get a house, or get married, get a house, have 1.2 kids, and a picket fence, and there, it's over. Your goals are over. And if you want any more than that, you're really being greedy. Aren't you being greedy? You're one of those greedy capitalists, right? And so the thing is, That's the mindset. That's the programming we've been given since childhood, right? Remember being in class and you were thinking about, man, this could be so much more. I could be a millionaire. I could be a multi-millionaire. And then the teacher kind of hit you on the head with that ruler, saying, "Stop daydreaming, stop daydreaming." You know, so it's that programming. We've had so much programming. So we've been programmed to feed from the chicken coop, right? And we get programmed by TV. What do we see on TV? You know, well, the first problem is people, when they work all day long and they go home and turn on that boob tube, you technically go into hypnosis, right? And so what do you see? What do you see? You see people, maybe people are wealthy, and the people that are wealthy never really have to work to get that wealth. It's just there for them, you know. It's kind of like the police when they're chasing somebody. There's always a parking space for them. You know, it's amazing. It's amazing how that works. How that television reality shapes the way people think, right? But people have perceptions of money that's based on a lot of this programming we have. Now, I want you to think about it. I want you to think for a moment about all of the superheroes that you've seen. You know, all the superhero stories, and you know. The villains are usually who? Broke people? No, the villains are usually extremely wealthy people who are very, very greedy, right? And so there's an association, there's a connection of wealth with greed, and that greed is just, you know, trying to do evil to society, right? But if you think about it, just about every product that you use, everything that's helpful to your life, that didn't come from the ground, everything was the result of an entrepreneur, right? You had an inventor that came up with the concept,
right,
but somebody had to sell it. If you didn't have somebody to sell it, the product would never have gotten off the ground. How many great ideas are stuck in the graveyard?
That is true.
Of failures.
Visions that never happened.
Never happened because nobody actually had the motivation. Again, getting back to motivation, never had the motivation to push that idea, stick with it, to push it forward. So let's talk about how the eagles feed, because that's the key thing. I know you're waiting to know, how do the eagles feed? You know, if we've been feeding with the chickens for so long, how can we feed as an eagle? You want to soar as an eagle, right? And so one day the eagle was in that chicken coop, and then he walked out and he looked up in the sky and he saw all of his family members flying in that formation, and they were calling out to him, come on, get out of that chicken coop. And then you started running, you know, took off, tried to fly, you fell, right? But then you got back up, and then you started running, and then you fell down again, right? And then you started running and you saw a cliff, and you're like, should I try or should I stop? Should I try or should I stop? But there's something inside of you made you know that you could be successful. And you went right off that cliff. Like so many entrepreneurs, next thing you knew, somehow your wings were working and you were flying. Next thing you knew, you were right up there with the other eagles. Isn't that amazing how that worked? But then they stopped. They all stopped. They landed, and then they started eating. Guess what the eagles ate? First of all, the eagles got together in a circle, and they started comparing notes, right? And the ones who were the leaders started helping the other ones. The ones who were the experts started sharing their knowledge. And so as an eagle, what you do is you get your knowledge from the experts. You learn, you get mentorship, you get coaching from the top leaders. That's how the eagles do it, right? The eagles get together and they have masterminds, right? They don't get together in groups and say, are you broke? Yeah, I'm broke. Everybody's saying I'm broke.
Strong cohesiveness. They get
Yes.
together and put all their brain and their ideas and their visions together.
They have visions, they have dreams, they have goals, they have a focus. And then they take their goals and they break them down into manageable milestones, things that they focus on, right? And they don't get around and just gossip and just, just shoot the breeze. They get around and they are focused, they are directed, right? So where else do they get their information? They get their information from masterminds, they get their information from webinars, they get the information from seminars, they get their information from training packages that they invest in. See, they're willing to invest for their own personal development. They're willing to invest to grow. And most importantly, they get coaching and they get mentorship and they invest in it. So if you believe in that, if you think that's something that will be helpful for you, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Become part of our awesome tribe.
All three.
Now, one more thing I wanted to mention. Victoria and I, we literally struggled in online marketing till we could find a system that does 95% of that heavy lifting for you, and they show you how to do the remaining 5% with excellent coaching, mentorship, and outstanding community, and just the level of customer support you need to move that needle in the right direction.
Push you on.
Push you on.
That's right.
And so that's what you really need. If you like some additional information about that, just go down into the description and look for the link that says our #1 system for making money online. Click that link and it will take you to a free 7-day trial. What have you got to lose? Just check it out.
It is
Give it
so
a test drive.
worth it. It is so worth it. It is so worth it because you finally get something that can guide you, direct you, make you happy, and give you hope.
There you go. There you
That's
go.
what everybody needs is hope.
Hope. So
Yeah.
test it out. Give it a test drive. You're going to get all of the support you need. And so with that, and test it out and see if this is the best system for you.
It
and
is.
With that,
Trust me.
This is Eric and Victoria saying, hope you're having a great day. If not, let's definitely make it a great one.
And remember, the biggest nation is procrastination.